I don't know.
Saturday.
I look like the WebAssign application. I don't have the dates in my head. All right. So, I got a problem I want you to do, and you can do it two different ways.
I'm like reaching right now.
Well, actually, you can do it three different ways.
Hitting that water with
Alphabet is equal to 2x plus 1 quantity squared.
Yeah.
All right, do it. You got three different ways to do it. One of them is quietly. One of them is quietly. The other way, well, there's four ways. Quietly and three mathematical ways. One, I've already introduced to you during the algebra review. And I told you you would see it again.
Move my shit aside.
Right.
I want you to find the derivative at least two different ways.
But I have to.
Can somebody name one of the ways?
Chain rule.
I heard something, but it was more like a mumble.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure.
What? Speak. Enunciate. Volume.
Chain rule.
Chain rule is one way, yes. What's another way?
Power rule.
Chain rule. Well, explain power rule. What do you got to do something first before you can do the
I
power
was just taking a
rule.
shot. I wrote down a couple different rules you told us last time. Quotient rule.
No, quotient rule is division.
What about product rule?
Product rule is multiplication. There's no
that's
multiplication
just
here
some-
unless you do something different first. What do you got to do
You
first?
said last time, so.
Like the pause of the first and then.
Okay, rewrite using what?
You always yell at us for not interacting, Hubert.
Y'all not interacting. Y'all interacting with each other. Rewrite what? With what?
Got it.
Trust me, I do.
Shortcut.
What?
Shortcut.
I didn't hear that.
Rewrite.
Rewrite with what? Rewrite the problem before you even get started with what?
The shortcut.
Shortcut number what?
Sure.
Number one. Shortcut number one or algebra, meaning you can multiply it out. What's the third way? Third way. What's the third way?
Plug that in your computer so it lights up.
What's the third way to do it? Anybody want to take a stab at it? We've already used algebra. Already used chain rule.
You don't have an actual USB.
No. Why would they do that?
Gotta stay behind you.
Use substitution. Now, in 3.4, I think we are in 3.4 right now, because I pulled the problem out of 3.4. I had it pulled up, but I had to reboot the computer, so I got to see if it saved it. I don't know if it saved it or not. But this problem is use substitution as a form of composition. Do y'all remember Fogg and Goff? You remember me reviewing Fogg and Goff for those that are not talking while I'm talking?
Yeah.
Okay. Fogg and Goff means composition. So that means you're going to plug into another formula. This right here is bringing back that algebra so you'll remember it. Chain rule. Going to do the chain rule. It's going to be 2 times 2x plus 1 to the first power minus 0. 4x.
So 2x plus 1 to the second minus
wrong?
It's a little dot.
Oh, I forgot to do what's inside. Door. What's the derivative?
You suck.
Inside? 2. Good. Plus 0, so that would be 8 times 4. Of course. 4 times 2x plus 1, and that'd be 8x plus 8. Okay, so that is the derivative. Now try it with shortcut number 1. Or use the FOIL method if you've never learned the shortcuts, which you... Yes, sorry.
Who are you supposed to?
So what does 2x plus 1 quantity squared give you? 4x squared plus 4x plus 1 minus 4. It really doesn't matter about these two, because what happens to these two when you take the derivative? What's the derivative of 1?
0.
What's the derivative of negative 4? I'm waiting for somebody to say it.
0.
0. No, that's worse than them mumbling and something uneasily.
4.
4.
Watch it.
I'm sorry. Plus 4. And that is the derivative. So here's method 1 using the chain rule. Here's method 2 using algebra. In method 3, u squared minus 4. Now, the only thing you have to remember with u substitution is u is equal to what? 2x plus what? 1. Therefore, du is equal to 2. Now, you need to remember this. What is du in respect to u? It's the derivative, u prime, okay? So I don't know how many of you have had calculus before, but du is the derivative of u. dv is the derivative of v. dy is the derivative of y. All right? That's another way to write u prime. You can write it u prime if you wanted to. Okay? So you've got to remember that, because the chain rule says that once you put the 2 in front of the u and get a 1 here, you've got to take the derivative of u. And what's the derivative of u? 2. And then minus 0. And that's going to give you 4u. And what is 4u? 4 times what? 2x plus 1, which is equal to 8x plus 4. So you've got 3 different ways that you can do this problem, and hopefully you won't get these problems wrong on the test, because if you do them 3 different ways and you get the same answer, then you've got the correct what? You've got the correct answer. But you know there's people that's actually going to turn in wrong answers on this test?
1.
Even after you can do it 3 different ways? And that's not only going to show me that you're ignorant, it's going to show me that you're what? Lazy, because you didn't try another way. I have no idea. When we get toward the end of the chapter, I have to use an outline. You know, I'll give y'all an outline. Maybe I should give y'all an outline. Well, y'all think that's a good idea?
Yes.
I don't know why I don't do. You know what? I suck.
We know.
I really do. I should give y'all an outline. Maybe give you a handout with outline on it. Hot dog, it didn't save it. That makes me mad. Now I got to pull it back up. Hold on. Let me see if it saved it. Nope. I hate it. I got to go back and pull it back. I had to reboot my computer, y'all. So some of y'all wondering why
It is, baby.
It's because I'm a terrible teacher is why. That's why. Let's see. I got to go back. I got to go back to, oh, look who joined us.
I knew you stayed, so I didn't want to come see. But I figured,
whatever.
why not?
www.webassign.com. Now I got to go back and pull this up.
Exactly. Hold on.
You feel this thing. Feel it.
How was your weekend? Since you come in 10 minutes late.
It's pretty damn good. Still
Well, that's
tired.
good. I'm glad.
Long way.
You could have went by and got more break. You could have went by IHOP, since you were going to be so late.
Hell, I should have.
Yeah.
We need to get breakfast sometime, Hubert.
Yeah.
I think that'd
Let's
be
all
fun.
ride up to Easley. Eat at the Cracker Barrel.
We'll come to you.
What, you want us
Yeah.
to come to Anderson? Yeah, that's
No.
much better.
No, the world revolves around the Pendleton campus, so we all have to go to the
ought to meet
Pendleton
there.
campus.
We ought to meet there.
Yeah.
Hey, there's like a Waffle House like
No,
quarter
sure.
mile.
Yeah, it's brand new. I
go
heard
up
Pendleton raised a
downstairs.
stink because they didn't want no Waffle House in their town. And I heard they wrote a big stink about it.
Class in Waffle House.
What? They don't have a conference room. We can't have class there. We have to have a conference room. I
should get their
guarantee
biggest booth.
I guarantee you, if we had class somewhere at a restaurant, my department head would know about it within 5 minutes after we left. Anybody want to take a bet on it?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
You want to take a bet on it? Somebody would call and say, I don't understand why we're meeting at a restaurant. I don't understand what this has to do with calculus. Get a girlfriend. or
We're counting
boyfriend.
the bacon. We're checking the derivative.
They're taking the derivative of eggs.
Eggs. That was good.
On website, does it show? Okay.
No.
I can't find my.
Yeah, I can't either. But I'm scared to ask Hubert because he's going to make a damn fool out of me.
I don't give a shit.
It's taking the
Yes.
derivative. The green.
On WebAssign, it won't show my overall grade. Am I in the wrong tab, or is that something?
Okay, now the grade book on WebAssign, I'm not going to make a fool out of you because that's a legitimate question. Because WebAssign sucks. The WebAssign
Yes, it
grade
does.
book is all screwed up. It will only give you grades after the submission date. So whenever the
Hubert.
submission date, so your Unit 2 or Unit 3 test or whatever test, it won't show up on the grade book and it won't calculate into the grade book until after the due date. So your last test, when is it due?
Yesterday.
Okay, so
Sunday.
if you tried to check your overall grade yesterday, it probably didn't show you. If you try it today, since the test is over, then it'll probably show.
Well, I'm looking at it right now, and it shows me like individual grades, but it won't show me them collectively.
It just says raw scores, so it shows.
Okay,
all
I'll
three
have to go
tests
in and
as
set it
one.
up. Let me go in and set it up, and
But I don't think it takes like honest grade. I think it takes like that.
I think it, well, we'll look at it. We'll look at it.
Is every test you take, it puts in that grade and just kind of averages out your test grades and your homework.
I'll have to look at it because I went through and set it up, but sometimes WebAssign is not, it's not very user-friendly. Are y'all listening? It's not very
Yes, we are.
user-friendly at all.
Hey, Hubert,
Yes, stuff.
I need to go. My truck got towed this morning, and now I have to go pay $120 to go get it back. So,
Why did it get towed?
What'd you say?
the apartment complex I live at, I just got a new truck. So the apartment complex I live at, they tow if you don't have like a guest decal sticker. But I parked in a guest parking spot, but still got towed. But I guess it's not a guest parking spot. It's just a parking spot next to all the other guest parking spots.
Yeah.
It's not a guest
I
parking spot.
think somebody has it out for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Tell me, please.
Oh, I know that's rough back there.
Okay, go
I gotta-
ahead.
I
We're
gotta
going
get
over,
that
hey, we're going over 3.4 and 3.5, so you might want to check your homework tonight.
Okay. I'll look over in the textbook.
Okay. See you later, dude. All right.
Locking balls, it's just money.
Okay, give me a second, guys.
I'll give you 10, but that's it.
Okay. Well, I had all this pulled up, and then I had to reboot the computer because Pendleton campus screwed me up. Oh my gosh, where did it go? I know I'm looking in the right place. Maybe it's in 3.3.
Yeah, that used to be my spot.
The
Like,
course-
one day
the
I
course
came
that you're
in
teaching
I used to
us
sit
in
here
summer,
every day.
is that the one that's
One day I
not
walked in
summer?
here.
Yeah, it's like.
And then check.
Okay, here it is.
Yeah.
Let me cut it out, and there it is.
It's like, I mean, I'm fine. Yeah, I can't.
It's good to have my seat back.
There it is. All right, I'm going to pull this out for y'all and let y'all work on it a second. But they're going to ask you to do something with this, and you're not going to know what to do. So let me just pull this out, get this out of the way. Save data. Okay, if you're going to whisper, did y'all ever thought whispering was rude?
Yeah.
So if you're going to whisper, at least speak where everybody can hear you. If you're going to whisper about somebody, at least talk where people can hear you. Okay?
No, we were talking about how we used to hide behind people when they used to come to class, so we couldn't see, like, be in view of the camera.
Why? Why would you do that?
I don't know.
See, look, you see me?
Y'all like on
you see me
drugs
now?
or what?
Now you don't.
Yeah, we're doing
Now you
drugs
don't even
in
know
here.
I'm here.
Okay.
You see me
All
now?
right. Sounds like
now
it.
you don't.
We're keeping our red solo cup with us.
I'm fixing to say, I believe y'all do have one.
I was in Cooper yesterday, and there was a guy drinking a beer with a koozie. I swear. He had a can and a koozie.
You know, I'm sorry, but you got problems if you're doing that. I'm sorry. If you're drinking red Solo cup and it's not legitimate at 9 o'clock in the morning, you've got issues, bad issues. And I'm not scared to tell you. You need to go see somebody. All right.
I killed a 6-pack before I came in here. Is that bad?
No, yeah, that's pretty bad. You need to go to Alcoholics Anonymous.
Wait, only a 6-pack?
I worked at a golf course, and you got to start work at like 5:30 in the morning. And I'd come in.
Oh
as
no,
old
there
guy
ain't
named
no way.
Art.
There ain't no way. You are an alcoholic if you drink at 5:30 in the morning.
No, yeah, I'd come into work at 5:30, and there'd be this guy named Art standing at the back of his Volvo with his Yeti cooler, and he'd be down in beers before he went out to work that whole day. And then he'd come in at lunch and drink and go to the bar, and then come back in the afternoon. And he was the one driving like the big machinery.
I had a neighbor that went to the same church I went to, and he would show up and he smelled like vodka vodka, not a brewery. He smelled like vodka at frickin' 9 o'clock in the morning.
Was he Russian?
No, he wasn't. All right, write this
More
down.
vodka.
Write that down and write down the second part because they're going to give you two parts. This is 3.3. Write this down in Unit 3.3 because what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you business problems in the next section of homework, and it's going to be made up of 3.1 through 3.5 questions, okay? And it's just going to be business viewed problems, and they're going to look like this. So, and bring in the second part of it. And this is composition, so you're going to have to plug in something into something. But you're not going to have any idea what to do because the question is kind of ambiguous on the directions. But I want to go through it with you and let you see how to actually do it. There you go. So the first one is find the derivative. The second part is a function that changes the year X into decades, is that right there. And they want you to take the derivative of both of those functions. Who has a question? I saw a hand go up.
Our screen's frozen.
Oh, not
For the
again.
sharing screen. It just has the snipping tool up.
Okay, this is the second time this has happened.
Oh, I took a picture.
Yeah, please take a picture. All right, take a picture and send it to the group, please. So that way they can get it and while we figure out. Okay, guys, Pendleton, I'm going to take you out. I need you to get out right now. I need you to get out so your computer will make you available so I can pull you back in. So somebody up there around the mouse, go ahead and end the call. Hit the red button down at the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to bring you back. Well, I'm going to bring you back in. Remove from meeting. This is the second time. This is what happened the other day. Easily Campus. See, it's not letting them come back in. See, that's what's so aggravating.
Last time when we went out, you could add us right back in.
I know, but Pendleton's is not doing that. Well, they're still not available. Something is not right with Pendleton's setup. Somebody tell Pendleton. Okay, there they go. Okay, Pendleton's back because it's loud. All right.
Hey, we're the life of the party.
Yeah. All right. So how's it looking now? Can you see the two questions on the board?
It's hard.
Yeah. Now we're good.
Okay. Now we're good. All right. So y'all go ahead and find the first derivative and find the second equation. Find the derivative of it. Find P prime and D prime. When you see a problem like this in 3.3, what you're going to be asked to do is find P prime, then find D prime, and then do P prime composed of D prime. And that's a big circle, big open circle, which means composition. So in 3.3, they're bringing the composition that you learned back in functions and algebra, they're bringing it into 3.3. The first two sections, 3.1 and 3.2, are basic derivative laws. This is chain rule or basic derivative laws, and then they're bringing in the composition of algebra in 3.3. So the derivative, P prime of D is equal to, somebody give me 3 times 32.8.
98.4.
Thank you. 98.4 D squared minus 2, that'd be 594. 494 D plus 522. And then D prime is equal to 0.1 at 0.1. Okay? Now, and that's P prime of D right here. P prime of D, not D, P prime. Now they want you to take D and plug into P prime. So that's going to be 90 P prime composed of D is equal to 98.4, and then D is going to be 0.1x minus 92.
Oh. So you just plug in.
Squared minus 494. 0.1x minus 92 plus 522. Now what do you have to depend on? Because all the calculus is right here. So now what do you have to depend on?
Algebra.
Algebra. The rest of the problem is algebra. So finish it out. So this problem, 100% of the problem, 20% of it is calculus, the other 80% is algebra. People fail calculus because they suck at what?
Algebra. That's the thing I've learned.
And that's what we're doing right here. If you'll look in the example, this is on page 214 for those of you that have a book. That's where it's C right here.
Shit, dude, I think it's completely wrong.
And then, of course, you do the algebra. You use shortcut number here we go. This is the step we're on. 98.4 x squared, blah, 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 blah. There we go. And then they're going to tell you to basically plug and chug 1950 or D is equal to 3. They're just going to plug and chug, and I'm not going to go through that with you because you should be able to do that without any problem. So in 3.3, they're telling you to compose, meaning that you plug in a second function into the first function. All right? 3.3, look at what 3.3 is. 3.3 is the chain rule. I'm not going to go over much of 3.3, but I am going to bring up a couple of things. Or in 3.3, that's or 3.4, because that's next. Chain rule, I've already showed y'all how to do that. Again, I'm only going to pick problems out of 3.3 and 3.4. There's the chain rule right there. Take the derivative, then you take the derivative of what? What's inside. Hold on, using the chain rule for an exponential. Let me get rid of this first. There. Again, we've already covered this in the basic rules of derivatives, but just want you to see what they're doing. And they should be taking the natural log. The derivative formula is now determined using the chain rule. There you go. So you take the derivative of 7.8 e to the g, and they want to take the derivative of that. So they take the derivative, and then they take the derivative of what's inside, which is 0.04. What is that? What is that noise?
Beats me.
Did y'all hear that? It sounded like somebody just turned on a jet engine. Well, must have been a beam or something.
Air conditioning's on.
That's
Yeah,
what it
but
is.
okay. All right. Here's an example of the chain rule in 3.4. I think y'all can do that, but you have to remember you're dealing with an exponential. So here, what are they using? They're using U substitution. They're not using U, they're using G. Now everybody look at this one because you might see this on a test. 5 plus 6e to the 2x. Well, the first thing you're going to do is make G equal to 5 plus 6e to the 2x, and then take the derivative of 5 plus 6e to the 2x. And that's what they're doing there. Then you need to plug it back in. So write that example down. And actually, they're using U substitution twice. Actually, you could do this problem a whole lot easier. Take 3, put it out front, and it'll be squared, and then take the derivative of 6e to the 2x. And 6e to the 2x, you have to go back to your exponential laws and get the derivative of 6e to the 2x, which is going to be 6 something. Okay? 6, yeah. And then that 6 is going to be pulled outside, and that's where the 36 comes from. So, what is the derivative of e to the x? Just remember, I told you, the derivative of e to the x is e to the x, right? Because that's where you're going to screw up. If you screw this problem up, it's going to be right in here. That's where you're going to screw it up. So what I would suggest you do is before you even start this problem, write the derivative of e to the x is equal to e to the x. But the derivative of e to the 2x is equal to 2e to the what? 2x, because you have to remember the chain rule is involved with this problem right here. You take the derivative, but you also, what's the derivative of e to the x? E to the x. So the derivative of e to the 2x is e to the 2x. But what's the derivative of 2x? Somebody's supposed to say what? 2. So you got the derivative of what's inside. So that's why, remember me showing you this the other day and telling you not to just always go by this? And I think I put a negative up here. Remember me putting a negative up there? All right, so if you do this problem, I would probably suggest do it this way because it'd be a whole lot easier for you. 3, 5 plus 6e to the 2x. 3 minus 1 is 2. Now, what's the derivative of 5 plus 6e to the 2x? Well, you've got to use what rule with there? The inside. You've got to use the product rule, correct? So, 6, you don't have to. You could actually pull the 6 out, but we're not doing that. 6 first times the derivative of the second. And I'm just going to write that in parentheses with a prime. Plus the second times the derivative of the first. I'm just going to put 6. And I'm going to put a. But what happens to that second term? What happens to this term right here? It goes out because of the 6. The derivative of 6 is 0. So, what's the derivative of e to the 2x? I just told you the derivative of e to the 2x is what?
2ex.
2e to the 2x. So 6, and I'm going to put this in red, 2e to the 2x. So that gives me 6 times 2 is what? 12. So that's 12e to the 2x. Now that's the derivative of what? That's the derivative of what's inside. I'm going to circle this right here. So I've got to take that 12 and put it out here. 12e to the 2x. Now condense this and tell me what you get. Well, what's 3 times 12? 36. E to the 2x times 5 plus 6e to the 2x raised to the what? Let's see if my answer is what they got. See if it is. It's amazing. All right, now this is a prime example of fluency. If you went through this problem just like I did, then you're good. How many of you did that? You don't have to raise your hand. Okay? Were you able to say, okay, this is the chain rule. 1, it says chain rule at the top. So we're going to use the chain rule, and I'm going to use the chain rule with that 5 plus 6e to the 2x, and 6e to the 2x is going to be 12e to the 2x, so I got to put that outside, and then I got to multiply that by 36, or 3, and I get 36, and my answer is 36e to the 2x. If you did that in a fluent motion, then you're good to go. If you were like, where did he get that e to the 2x? Why did he cancel that? Why did he cancel that 6? If you're doing that, you need to go back and start back on the homework, the 4 sections of homework I put up Sunday. You need to go back and redo it because you're not fluent. And you got to be fluent in order to do good this semester and next semester. I told you, I got 3 people signed up for 230 that took 230 this semester. I told y'all that, right? Calculus is not hard. I've taught calculus for about 7, 8 years now. Calculus is not hard. The problem with calculus is the students forget their algebra, and then the calculus is presented in a way where students, they're already suck at algebra, and they're presented this calculus like it's a foreign language. And you put those two together, and that might as well just pour oil and water and pour oil and gasoline on a fire, because all it's going to do is just blow up. And that's what happens. And the only people that make it through a calculus class their first semester is somebody that's actually had a good algebra/calculus teacher in high school. That's where, or they're gifted, one of the two. But most of the gifted students, I went to Tri-County Tech. I wasn't gifted. I'm not saying none of y'all are gifted. Some of y'all may think y'all are gifted, and that's fine. But most of your gifted students, they bypass and go straight to what, MIT or, some of these colleges that's got a 2100 SAT entry. I don't know what's the highest you can make on an SAT, 1800. They have a 2100. But to make a long story short, this is where students go wrong in calculus. One, they don't know their algebra, and two, the calculus is presented in a way that's like a foreign language. So if you were able to get 36e to the 2x without going, well, where do you get that? Well, where do you get that? Then you're on course, right?
Registration start. That's what I was asking.
So you feel good about yourself, so you don't have to put $10,000 of audio equipment in a $2,000 car. All right? We feel good about ourselves? Yes.
Do you know which course you're teaching yet?
Yeah, I put it up on the board the other day.
I follow it here.
Oh, I'm sorry, what? You wasn't here. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'll send it to them.
No,
if y'all got it, just give it to them.
Because there's two of them. One's only 4 weeks, but it's every day, and then one's the whole summer.
Mine's 10 weeks, and it should say Polycom out beside it. And it should be 3 of them. Should say AC. They should all be the same. AC, AD, and EC. It should say those 3 things, or it should say Polycom out to the side.
Just they're highlighted.
Hold on a second. Let me get rid of this page.
It does not say Polycom out by the side.
I thought it did. Oh, well.
But they're all the same time frame.
Okay, they're all the same time. Okay.
It's
all right, look at this one.
10:15 to 12:30, right?
I guess. I don't know. I'll pull it up again for y'all while y'all are writing this problem down. Use the chain rule. Okay, that tells you that you're going to be using the chain rule. But look at this one. So you shouldn't even try this one, should you?
Nope.
Why? Why should you quit before you get started?
Because it's dividing.
Oh, it's a fraction. Exactly. You should not even try this problem. You should quit.
And it's got an E in it.
Yeah, it's got an E in it.
That's the only thing.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Why even try? When the tough gets going, what should you do? Quit. There you go.
That's the only reason.
So we can all live in a ditch. All right, write that problem down, and I'll pull up. Hold on a second, and I'll pull that up.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Well, let me just pull it up right quick. The quickest way I can pull it up is off my Facebook. So.
Oh no, dude, I passed to Alabama.
What is it?
Every other day.
Every other day.
Yeah,
Is your summer class every other day?
I'll have to look. I don't know. I haven't looked at them. I looked at them to put them on my Facebook page, and I cannot remember what they even. I don't even remember what time it is.
It's only Monday, Wednesday.
10:15
to 12:30.
Where is it? Everybody remember when I put? No, y'all don't remember.
2 stories, like clean as.
I've never seen your son, Hubert.
Yeah, that's him.
It's crazy. That's why y'all pump athletes.
Thought you said you got rid of Facebook.
I did for a while. I'm looking for it. There it is.
That sucks.
Hey,
I put it on my Facebook page, so I won't have to. I can't go through and pull it off the what do you call it? The system. I have to go through and reinvent the wheel. So what I do is when my teacher sends it to me, when my department head sends it to me, I put it on Facebook so I can go back and copy and paste it because I can't go back and do it on so there it is. Let me go back to the word processor now. God, I should have done this at least 3 or 4 days ago for y'all. I don't know why I don't do things for y'all. I suck. I really do.
You ain't got to tell us that. We know.
I know. I should do this for y'all. I don't know why I haven't done it for y'all yet.
You should do this and then let us go.
Yeah. So somebody can bitch about it? No.
Trevor, are you going to take some?
Yes. I pay for a class to meet all day, and he only meets like part of the time. There it is. This is what I should have posted for y'all 2 or 3 days ago, but I didn't. There it is. There it is. 2:30. There's the Anderson campus, the AD campus. The Pendleton campus, and the Easley campus. Notice the only campus.
Classes for summer. Dang old math. Dang old sign up.
Dang old sign up. All right. So, is the prodigal son? Do you have it written down over there in Easley?
Who's the prodigal son?
The one that comes in late every day. The one that don't show up half
There's two of
the
the
time.
prodigal sons. Which one are you referring to about?
Okay, the one on the right.
How strict are we going to be on attendance there, Hubert?
Huh?
How strict are we going to be on attendance?
It's summer, man.
He'd already have you thrown out, man.
Y'all are adults, okay? Most of y'all are adults, so I'm not going to change your diapers for you, so I'm not going to worry about your attendance. All right.
I got 3 weeks of stuff I already got planned that I really don't want to count.
Oh, are you going on a cruise? You going on a cruise or what?
Actually, well, one.
I don't care. All right.
Another week.
I want to know.
They want to know. Tell everybody what you got planned for 3 weeks.
All right. One is the beach. It's only in South Carolina, so it's not that important. The other one is
Oh my God.
What's your itinerary during that week?
the other one is
Brent, he just told you. Damn. Listen.
the other one is
Dang old listen.
Turks and Caicos, and the other one is Dominican Republic.
Hey, I've been Turkey.
Dang, you gonna get terrorist attacked. Dang, blown up. You have your ass blown up. All
Oh yeah,
right.
because they're gonna pick somebody fat like me to damn do some
Yeah,
work.
they gonna hold you hostage. All right, y'all ready to do this problem?
You ever been Turks and Caicos?
Yeah, I went last year.
I love Turks and Caicos.
Yeah, that shit was fun.
Hubert goes to the Redneck Riviera, and he don't want to go nowhere else because he's already been around the world, and the rest of the world sucks.
In 180 days?
No, I've just been to several places around the world, and I do not care about going to anywhere out of this great nation.
Where?
Oh, that is bad.
I've been to Germany, I've been to Ireland, I've been to England, I've been to Saudi Arabia, I've been to Egypt, and I've been to the foreign country of California.
And fight this morning.
And I would rather take a beating
He's definitely
than go to California.
Ireland.
All right, so are y'all listening or are y'all talking? Okay, that means when I say that means y'all need to be quiet. All right, so we're going to snip this out.
You don't like Ireland. Well, billions and billions of people would disagree.
What are you talking about? Usually I have problems out of the Pendleton campus. Now the Easley campus is high.
I'm telling this dude does impressions better than anybody you'll ever meet.
What dude? Who?
That guy.
Jacob.
What?
Jacob.
Yeah, that's me.
Do one. Do an impression for us. Dude lost her mind.
He's got a good Donald Trump. He's got a good Jon Snow. He's got a really good McGregor. He's got a good Peter Griffin.
Okay, I know 2 of those people.
Man.
Do Donald Trump.
No.
To be honest, all this math homework just really doesn't make sense to me, and so I'm gonna have to eliminate it from the itinerary.
That is good. Okay, can you do Arnold Schwarzenegger? Can you do Arnold Schwarzenegger?
It's hard. You gotta have a deep voice. It's just like
I love how they. I love to hear people do Arnold Schwarzenegger because they just make so much fun of his blah blah blah.
You have the
And
kind
it's
of
so
muscles
funny.
like you use at the Arnold Classic.
Yeah, who did that? Who did that? That is so funny how they do that.
Okay, now you gotta do Peter Griffin.
Who's Peter Griffin?
That guy.
Family Guy.
So, sorry, I just I don't really get the logistic models and the chain roll.
Okay, that's great. That's great. You need to go on tour.
That was damn good.
You need to go on tour. That made me smile for today. Thank you very much. We'll just have to give a whole day devoted to impressions, and everybody has to do an impression. How about that? That was very good. That was very good.
I'll just get swollen, sound you, Hubert.
Huh?
I'll just get
All right.
swollen, show my face. I'll be like you.
Oh, whatever. I'll tell you what, I don't like the shaving bit. I don't like it at all. All right, there you go. No, that's the wrong one. Y'all done got me so off kilter now with those impressions, I can't even think.
Oh, let's have to cast class already.
Well, we're going to do this problem, and I'm going to give you a look at the next section.
Well, set my AM for set my 6 p.m. instead of AM.
No way.
All right, there you go. I finally got it over eventually.
Yeah, this class is.
Now,
No, she was before it's this hard. They're at 9:30.
you take the derivative. Is everybody listening now?
Another hour and a half class.
Oh yeah.
Everybody listening?
We got giggles out.
Okay, I'm still here talking. All right. So first, our denominator
I've got spoiled.
times the numerator prime minus.
I got my credits, but just don't have to.
Okay, am I gonna have to say something?
Yeah.
Okay, that's better. That's better. All right. Now, the denominator times the numerator prime minus the numerator times the denominator prime. Well, I'm just going to write that out for right now. Times 1 plus 0.04 e to the 0.68 plus 0.2. And then I'm going to put a little prime over that because I got to take the derivative of this. I'm not worried about the front because the front's going to go out over denominator 1 plus 0.04 e to the 0.6h plus 0.2 raised to the second power. Now y'all should be able to do the denominator because you just have to multiply the 2 times the 0.6h plus 0.2. So I'm not really concerned about the denominator. That's just an algebraic function. Here, we've got 1 plus 0.04e. So technically, this is just like before. E to the x is equal to e to the x. And in this case, e, and you can say 2e to the 0.2x is equal to, well, you've got to rewrite it. Okay, and then you got to bring out the chain rule in front. So let's do that. So 0.04 e to the 0.6h plus 0.2, and then what is the derivative of 0.6h plus 0.2? What's the derivative of what's inside? What's the derivative of this? I heard 0.6. So that 0.6 is going to come out here. So my final answer as far as the derivative of all this is, somebody take, what's 60% of 4 cents? Somebody give me that. What's 0.6 times 0.024? Somebody check my math. My decimals are not very good. Is it 0.024?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, 0.024 e to the 0.6h plus 0.2. But we got got to multiply that by what? 24. So somebody do that for me. And it's going to be a negative out front. So T prime is equal to negative, what's 24 times 0.024? 0.024. 0.576 e to the 0.68 plus 0.2 over 1 plus 0.04 e to the 2 times 0.6h plus 0.2. Now, simplifying the denominator I don't care about because y'all should be able to distribute that too, and I'm not really worried about that. The whole point, was you able to do this fluidly? That's the question you need to ask each one of yourselves. Okay? Were you able to do that fluently? If you were able to do that fluently and be able to transition this to this and then to this, then you're on target. Okay? If you had to go through and ask 2 or 3 questions in that problem, then you're not fluent. You need to go back and redo some of the homework in those first 4 sections. Capiche?
Capiche.
Where are you going? Oh, yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. All right. See you, man. All right, and that's that problem right there. This is what? 3.4. And I know what time it is, and just chill out. Okay? And they should be getting that. I think somebody check. Well, are they going to take the derivative or not? Did they not take the derivative? I can't see where the derivative is. Hold on. All right, y'all tell me if they took the derivative. Is that the derivative? Good God, what a mess. Y'all see why people get confused? Look at that mess. I think I should have that correct. I don't know what I got. Let's see. Where is my...
What's their final answer?
Yeah, they didn't do the quotient rule. Because I got 0.576 e to the 6h plus t plus 0.2. 0.6h, and they got something totally different, but I don't know if they used the quotient rule or not. It don't look like they used the quotient rule. But they have negative exponents. So what does that mean? That means that this needs to go downstairs. Yeah, that's what I got. That goes downstairs, and this left. Somebody take 24 and multiply it by 0.04. Tell me what you get.
The same thing you got.
Okay, good.
You see it's over there right beside 3.8.
Oh, here it is. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't even see that.
I didn't see it either.
There it is.
I
So
saw that little computer button down there.
y'all look at that, and that's the answer I got. Okay? So if you're able to go through that fluently, then you're good to go. And that's 3.4. Now let's look at 3.5 right quick. Because right now, should you be able to do anything that I give you up to 3.4? Yes. You should be able to do anything that I give you. Let's look at 3.5. Somebody look at the outline and tell me how far we go in chapter 3. You know that thing that I give y'all that tells y'all what we do? It's called an outline. Okay. Appreciate the interaction, y'all.
We're doing it, Hubert.
Yeah, it just takes y'all a couple hours.
We've been giving you hell all morning, so we were going to try to give you
All
a break.
right. Look what they're going over Product rule. Wow. First times the derivative of the second plus the second times the derivative of the first.
So like 2 weeks ago.
Yep. So let's do an example and let's see how good you are, because you should be okay with this because I already taught it to you. If they ever give us a decent example. Okay, here's number blah, blah, blah. I don't see a good example yet. I'll pick one out when I do the homework. Let's see what 3.6 is. 3.6.
My brother was so I gotta go up there and play. It was crazy.
3.6 is rate of change, which is the slope. That's where they're going to get into the graphing questions. Use the product rule. Okay, there's the product rule because you've got two things you're multiplying together. You're multiplying the 10.54x to the fifth times this right here. Now, could you distribute this? No, because this is to the third power. So you're going to have to use the chain rule here inside the product rule. So I think we'll hold off and do this because this is a more concentrated product rule than what we've done in the homework. So I think that's quotient rule. So I think they're doing more intense, more challenging problems in 3.6. So we'll cut off at 3.5. So I'm not going to assign any new homework because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a homework up that's going to be 3.1 through 3.6. It's going to consist of probably, how many sections is that? 6? Probably 4 questions out of 6, out of each one, which will be about 25 questions. So your last homework will say business calc homework, and it'll be 3.1 through 3.6. And if you can do all those questions and the questions that I gave you on those 4 or 5 sections of homework that I gave you the other day, then you're good to go for the test. So we'll go over 3.6 Thursday. Also, make sure you put in your calendar next Thursday, I'm going to give you a video that you need to watch, okay? Because I'm not going to be here. No class Thursday. Everybody got that down? No class Thursday. Next Thursday, the 14th.
Next Thursday, not this coming Thursday.
No, I just said next Thursday. I'll see y'all this Thursday.
I was repeating you, Hubert. I was repeating you.
Okay. Y'all have a good one. If you get any questions, stay after class. See y'all.